And we are back. So, last we left off, it wasn't looking good. Was not looking good at all. We are still having slight technical difficulties, so apologies for that all around. But the show must go on. So, our unfortunate fellowship just barely skimmed by, slaying the last of the beastmen that they've come across in the Tunnel of the Old Ones, which apparently this portion has been claimed by the blood god Khorne. Marius valiantly slew a minotaur, amongst many of the other creatures as well. As I don't believe...
I think he slayed everyone.
Any of the other party killed anyone. It was just Marius going about slaying. So, in the process, Seamus also shifted into his more wraith-like form.
He doesn't give us a chance to slay.
He does. That's true. I mean, he is impressive. Seamus also shifted into his kind of wraith form and lost control of his senses once again, and was then backhanded by Marius Wolf and put in the dirt, well, in the blood. They were both almost drowning, Bragadine as well, as he took a vicious arrow to the guts and is going to contract a not-so-desirable disease in the process. But that is where we left off. We are picking up right there. So, we're out of combat. So that means that Bragadine and Seamus, you both, after a few moments, are going to be able to recover a wound, except for Bragadine, who needs to have an arrow ripped out of his body, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
And we remember how well that happened when I tried to do that.
So I would highly recommend someone doing that now. But you are free to do as you please.
Okay. Is there anyone else around us right now? Are we alone?
Not that you can tell. You don't hear anything in the distance yet, but there's always ever-present danger in these tunnels that you know of.
Yeah.
Marius, help me.
Oh my God. I rush over there. Marius rushes over there and kind of props up Bordeaux and kind of takes a look at the wound.
I'm sure I'm like pale, like cold sweat on my face.
He's already starting to sweat. Yes, he's sweating. You can see the blood's drained out of his face. Go ahead and give me a heal roll.
Okay. That is a... It's not as good as I'd like. 35 out of 37.
Okay, that's enough to remove the arrow, at least. You managed to pry it out of him without damaging him further.
Okay.
Toss it to the side. You can see the wound is open, and it doesn't look good. It looks bad, in fact. But he's no longer bleeding.
Nice. Okay.
And you recover one wound, Bragadine.
Cool.
No, Seamus, thank you, but I need your help to help me cut this horn off this damn beast. I want to take it as a souvenir.
Seamus is also on death's door. He's not looking good.
Can I walk over to him and help him out?
Yes. The only problem is, have you already done a heal check on Seamus today?
That's a good question.
You don't need to worry about him. Help me with this horn.
Not this session for sure.
I don't think so, because he again was tending to Bragadine after I caught on fire.
Yeah,
that's true.
Yeah. Did you do it on yourself, Seamus?
That
you know of? Because I don't remember.
I did. Oh, that I don't remember.
This session.
I think I did.
Okay, you can only heal yourself for the wounds once a day. With the heal skill.
I believe I did do it once we got into the tunnel.
So you can kind of try to help him a little bit, but you cannot actually heal him right now.
Okay. Mm-hmm. I can't. Marius can't help Seamus. Or
you can kind of help him up, but you can't actually give him any more health back right now. Outside of something like a healing poultice or something like that, it's not going to help you right now.
Okay. I'll kind of lift him up. Sorry about that, old friend.
Seamus pushes him away and tries to get up on his own strength.
Okay.
All right.
How many fatigue conditions do you have?
2.
Okay, so he pushes you. It's not. I mean, it's not that great. It's slightly ineffectual, and you can see that he's shaking in the process, and you see that his right eye is just swollen as shit. It's going to be hard to see out of for a while until the swelling goes down.
No. I'm going to pick you up now, and I'm going to reach down there and pick him up.
All right, you pick him up. What are we doing now at this point? Are we moving forward?
Fireman
will start moving forward, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, do you want to take time to remove that horn? Does anybody want to try?
No, I picked him up and we're moving.
No, I need that. I'm going to make a cup out of it, please.
No, that would be terrible. And
you are carrying around the skull of a chaos warrior. I cannot have a horn.
Oh, that's not me. That's the headsman over there.
That's the headsman.
I keep on. That's his thing. I don't get it either, you know. And so I carry him, but no, away from the.
Got some blood up onto his back.
Oh yes, indeed. Which all of you are now. I mean, fighting.
I was about to say.
Fighting in blood that's like, knee deep almost. You're covered in blood. All of you are. You're just caked in it at this point. So you begin moving forward, or hopefully soon get out of this hell-forsaken place. All of you severely beaten at this point. Not so much Marius, but the rest of you not doing so good. You move forward, and I'm going to need perception checks from the lot of you.
All right.
What's my penalties right now, Jumbo?
Oh man, that's a good point. Technically none
really
to perception.
Yeah, I would think this isn't a physical. Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm probably eyes rolling, but I'm trying to listen as close as possible.
Okay.
Marius is going to re-roll. He rolled an 84.
Okay.
That's a 19 out of 57.
19 out of 57. Okay. And Seamus, how'd you do?
What kind of penalty for my eye?
You're at 2 fatigue, so minus 20.
That's just it, just minus 20?
That's it.
All right, so I rolled, in that case, it's an 11 out of 31.
Okay, good. That's a critical
success.
Nice. Uh-huh. And Mr. Bonneau.
81 out of 82. So just a bare success.
And that's with hearing. So, yes. So, barely success hearing. So, the lot of you, how far are we going to travel, by the way? Are we going to attempt to take a rest at some point, or are we going to keep pressing forward till we get out of here?
Seamus is going to keep pressing forward until he's stopped.
Okay.
Probably going into delirium.
Okay. All right. So we are pressing forward then, it sounds like.
All right, fellas.
All right. About another hour passes of you guys sludging through this blood, and then you start to notice that it's starting to lessen. It gets to about, mid calf. And then it's down to your ankle. And then you see further ahead, you're starting to see a flicker of light in the distance. And it's that pale, opaque light. That is the end of this godforsaken tunnel. You've almost there.
Oh.
Seamus, you're the first one to spot a figure.
Oh.
Towards the end of the tunnel. It steps forward. And you see it specifically because you're a critical success. It steps forward and you see a silhouette, a humanoid shape. But with two large horns along its head. And the head itself is kind of extended. Something looks familiar about it. And that's when you see the sword in its hand that's glowing, flames licking across its blade. And then in its other hand, you see what can only be described as a banner. And this is from quite the distance. So you're just making out shapes. And then you see the shapes of 5 other individuals, Seamus, up ahead. But, Seamus, this is where we make a dark deal. Seamus McCready, you can choose not to say anything to your companions and just press forward, ready to take them by storm and lose a point of corruption. Or you can inform them as you see fit.
Seamus will press forward.
Yes. Yes.
Son of a bitch.
Yes, I love it. So you press forward, Seamus, not refusing to speak to that bastard Marius. Pummeled your eye. And of course, the pansy Bonneau, who's probably facing the wrong direction anyway.
Pansy?
This isn't Seamus's eyes now. Come on now. This is unfettered. It's from Seamus. It's not from the GM. It's fine.
What do you expect from a peasant's mind?
You keep walking, and you get to the point where now all of you see them, but at this point they've seen you. And I'm going to need everyone to roll initiative.
Is it the mustachioed man?
Mustachioed man?
No, it is not the mustachioed man.
Damn, not the mustachioed man.
Rest in peace. Damn, bro, you took him from us.
I rolled a 10 for initiative.
10, okay. How about Marius?
8.
8. And Mr. Bonneau?
7.
All right. So, as you guys keep trudging forward, and at this point they've seen you. You're about 60 feet from them. The dim light has been somewhat haphazard in this. I will say, Marius, you probably would have spotted them at some point, but you already knew it was too late at that point. Yeah. They've already seen you. And so you just brace yourself as to what is probably going to happen. Now, Seamus is in...
set down Bonneau by this point, too.
Yeah, you kind of set him down beside you, telling them to everyone to get ready for what's going to happen. It looks like there's going to be one last test to leave this tunnel. And you have been forced into combat by Seamus McCready. May he rest in peace. So, at this point, and I'm going to say Seamus is in front because he's kind of leading... Yep. He's kind of trudging along in front of you. What you all see is there is a central figure. Like I said, it is humanoid in shape, but as you've gotten closer now, you can see that it's tall. It's probably about 7.5 feet tall. Red skin, very, very familiar. It's definitely a bloodletter of Khorne, one of the demon champions that you fought several times. However, this one seems to be different, as it has bronze armor about its chest and its arms. A more intricately woven kind of loincloth, and a large brass collar around its neck. The flames dance behind its eyes, and in its right hand you see a hellblade, licking with fire and flames. It's slightly longer than the other blades you've seen as well. And now you get a closer look at the banner in its left hand that is apparently made from bone, and it looks like the flag is made from flesh. And there is a rune skull of Khorne across it. And it's hard to look at. I need all of you, except for Seamus, to make me a endurance test. Right. Actually, this is a cool test. My bad. Sorry, cool test.
Cool. Okay. Marius rolled a 29 out of 65.
Okay, and Mr. Bonneau.
Mr. Bonneau, would you roll cool test?
Thank you.
Yes, it was 48 over 42.
So, Bragadine. Yes, Bragadine.
Yeah.
As you come face to face with this, you see the creature point out towards the lot of you. And now you can see that the 5 other figures that are coming out of the darkness appear to be crazed cultists of Khorne's, mere humans, but they've been driven into a frenzy. And he points out towards the 3 of you. My master calls for your skulls. And as he does, Bragadine, a red glaze goes over your eyes, and you are now in frenzy. Oh, wow. Okay.
He is French.
So, Bragadine has gone feral. You see the blood begin to drip out of his mouth as he is clenching his teeth. And he readies himself for a fight. It looks like he might turn on the 2 of you. We'll see.
Oh, no.
That was actually technically the Herald's turn as he points towards the lot of you. Seamus, it is now yours. The creatures are, the central creature is about 60 feet from you, and the cultists are closing in ahead of him. They're going to be within 40 feet. There are 5 of them. Oh, excuse me, 4 of them.
All right. Seamus will pull out his sword.
Mm-hmm.
And twirl it around in his right hand a little bit.
Yep.
And then he'll say out loud, I survived the rest of the shit in this tunnel. What's one more fight to go? And he's going to take off running.
Okay.
running and screaming into this group.
All right, you charge into the nearest cultist. Go ahead and make me an attack.
That is going to be a 37 out of 40.
That is
20.
Easily a hit. So you go ahead and tell me the full damage as you drag this across his right arm.
Let's see here. So it's 7. I think that's only going to be 8 points.
Okay, I mean, it's still 8 points.
Yeah.
These are normal.
Yeah,
these
37 out of 40. So
these are fleshy people, so that's still pretty good. You draw the blade that has the kind of blackened hamon and all of that behind it, and slash out and catch the cultist in its right arm. And he's holding just like a kind of a makeshift sword. Well, it's more than makeshift. It is actually steel, but it doesn't look like it matches the kind of tattered clothes that he's wearing. But regardless, you take him in the right arm, and as you do, you funnel some of his essence into your own, and you regain a wound. And he flinches back from you. Would you like to do anything else, Seamus?
I believe I've used my free action to already say something, so that will be it.
All right, it is now his turn, Seamus, and he is in a blood frenzy. He needs you to defend yourself, sir.
All right. That is going to be that's another 11.
Ooh, nice. How much damage is it total?
In terms of the success levels, it's going to be, 11 with the minus 20, so 40. One success, so 50, so 21, 30.
Okay, you know what? It's not going to matter at this point. You've surpassed the damage threshold. So how would you like to kill this cultist as he swings at you?
Ooh, yeah. So when he swings in, if I can make a slashing upward thrust with it, and take him in the neck.
Okay, you kind of dodge by somewhat nimbly, despite your bruised and broken condition, and take a massive chunk out of his neck as the sword just slips through. And he passes by you, clutching at his neck as he slowly falls to the ground and dies. And as this happens, Seamus, let me roll for it. Yep. For the second time today, there may be dire consequences. Your form begins to shift once again, and the wraith is exposed. You gain 5 wounds from that last attack as you sucked away a large portion of this man's soul. In addition to that, you now are the proud owner of another point of corruption. So you can enjoy that.
Just got rid of one.
Yep, and I'm going to need Marius to make me a cool test since Bragadine is immune right now.
Alright. Ooh, that is going to be a 41 out of 65.
Okay, so you are okay, Marius, as you see Seamus shift into the demon. Well, not the demon, the wraith once again. Soon to be demon one day when his corruption gets high enough. So yes, that is the end of his turn. So as this happens, the other 3 cultists that were currently kind of charging ahead see you running at them, crazed, and they are going to converge on you, Seamus.
All right.
Only one of them gets a turn before someone else gets to act. So one of them charges in, and this one has, it looks like kind of 2 little short swords and one in each hand. So I need you to defend yourself once more.
All right. First one's bad. That is going to be a 68 out of... they cancel each other out, so 68 out of 60.
Okay, it's even though you stumble back a bit, your form goes slack once again. Your emotions are stripped away, and in that moment, he lashes out at you, and you still, stumbling back, manage to block the blow. I need you to defend yourself one more time.
Last one. That is a 20 out of... This time it'll be 20 out of 70 with that success on the last one.
Okay. This man is obviously shaken by your appearance. As you deflect the second blow, he stumbles forward and loses his action on the next turn as he rolled 100 on the die.
Ooh.
So that cultist is not doing well, and he's completely exposed right now. All right, and that is the end of his turn. So now it is Marius Wolf. It is your turn. You see 3 cultists. One of them currently just charged towards Bonneau, or charged towards Seamus, who cut down one immediately. You do see the large creature, the bloodletter, the herald of corn further back. Who knows what abilities it may have. What would you like to do?
I'd like to say to Sigmar, please, let's get home to our families. And charge up ahead.
Okay, as you charge away, I need Bonneau to try to stab Marius in the back.
Oh.
As he's in frenzy, and you are not an ally right now.
Okay. Bonneau, you need to try to stab me in the back.
Oh, that's great.
Bonneau?
Did you just tell me to stab you in the back?
Yes,
I did. You're frenzied. You're a crazed man.
All right. What's the closest thing next to me? Closest
Me.
thing to me.
Marius Wolf is the closest thing.
just tell him just to make one weapon
Damn it.
attack, since we're doing telephone here.
Yeah, just make
So we
make
fix
one
this.
attack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I charge at Marius Wolf.
Did you roll?
No, I couldn't hear you guys. I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
Fans,
Go ahead and roll.
We love you, fans.
Try to attack
All
me.
right. I rolled a 1.
Jesus Christ.
I rolled a 1. You know what?
This is so good.
I rolled a 1. Yeah.
All right, I'm
All
gonna.
right, so
I'm gonna roll the D100s here just to make this easy.
So 8 plus my
Yeah.
mini double success here.
That's bullshit.
It's 13 wounds.
A lash across the back, Marius.
Oh my fucking god.
And as the sword carves into your back as you move away from him, Marius, and you are the proud owner of a bleeding condition. Just one.
Okay. Oh, alright.
All right. As you flinch back, do you still charge ahead?
I want to punch, but no.
Are you gonna punch him?
Yeah, I'm gonna punch him.
Okay, make me just a weapon attack. It's just your bare hands, so just a weapon skill.
Yeah, weapon skill.
And he's gonna tell him to defend himself.
I can hear you. Okay.
Okay.
Hold on. All right, with my shield too.
Alright. That's gonna be a 18 out of 50.
I rolled 11.
You rolled a what?
No lie. I fucking
A
rolled
1?
11.
11?
11.
Fuck me. You're gonna kill me, you piece of shit! God damn it!
6 levels of success for the crit. Super crit.
Jesus
that's not
Christ.
fair.
I'm down.
Marius is down.
Marius is down.
So,
Let me roll the D100s real
Good playing
quick.
with you,
here.
lads. Good
That was
playing
without-
with you.
Yeah.
I've tried to kill Mary so many times, and Bragadine does it the first time.
Ridiculous.
Oh Jesus! Oh, this is bad.
It is.
Whoa.
Any blood will do.
Let's see here.
Oh my god.
Let's see how this goes.
I'm the party leader now.
All right, and
We'll see for how long.
when you go to
Good luck against all these. Good luck against all these guys. So
Bragadine,
good job.
champion of corn.
So Marius, you reach back and you move to punch Bragadine in the face, and as you do, it almost like supernaturally moves his shield in the way, and your fist crunches against it. And as that happens, he lashes out, almost like he has some kind of knightly training. Takes you in your left arm for excessive damage, and jars your arm. Not that it would have mattered. Your arm is now useless for the next 3 rounds.
Oh, it doesn't matter. I'm knocked out.
You're not knocked out. You're bleeding,
I'm
so you
half
are
zero.
unconscious. Damn it, you are.
I'm knocked out.
Yeah, you're unconscious. Here's the thing. You can, if you want, you can use a fate point to have the blow miss you.
Fuck no. I'm not using that fake point.
Okay.
I'll
Okay,
party
so
wipe
you-
the whole team.
So,
We're done.
Marius goes down. Marius drops unconscious as it lashes out, flinches back from the pain, stumbles back a second, and then just falls into the tiny bit of blood. We'll say face up, so he's not drowning. Falls backwards and slips into unconsciousness.
Oh my god.
Stole my
That's
bro.
that's the end of Marius's turn.
Sigmar's forsaken you.
I guess so.
But no, it's now your turn. I'm going to say you don't have much of a choice in what you're doing right now. So
What's
you're
the
going
closest
to
thing close to me?
you're going to charge the closest cultist.
Technically,
So
it's me.
technically it's you,
Marius.
but he's in a blood frenzy, and so he's trying to kill everything until it stops moving, and technically you stop moving.
Okay.
So you charge to the next cultist at least. So you're not just going to stab Marius to death. So go ahead and make me an attack, Beno.
16? Hold on here. 16 to under 77.
Okay, how much damage is that?
13.
Okay. All right. Good. And you're in blood frenzy, so you get to make a second attack. He's still standing after the first strike. Slashes across his chest.
Any blood will do.
41 under 87. 4 levels of success, so 12.
Yep, and he fails. Yep. So yeah. So in your blood frenzy, Bragadine, you rush. I mean, you're almost throwing your defense to the wind in this moment, and you slash twice across this cultist's chest and just almost cleave him in two, almost as if your body shouldn't be doing this. You're stronger than you should be, and obviously more skilled in this moment as well. And you kill one of the cultists. They just lay him low. As soon as that happens, the next cultist that is still alive charges you, Bragadine. I need you to defend yourself.
I'm sorry, I have a cat up in the way. Here's sorry. Okay, thank you. Let me see, 51 under 7 plus 4 levels. I'd pass the show to that. That's I think 5 levels of success.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, the blow goes wide as you slap it aside, gritting your teeth. He's going to make a second one, so roll me one more defense.
52 out of like 117.
Second one once again batters it aside, and you are locked in combat with this crazed cultist. That is the end of the round. God damn it. Oh, this isn't going well.
I'll knock him down. Rah!
Okay. So this brings us to the top of the round. It is the Herald of Corn, the champion of Corn, who sees all of this unfold and then points towards you, Seamus, and begins moving in your direction, though slowly. He's walking. So he doesn't quite close all of the distance, but he gets probably within about 15 feet of you. You can feel the heat emanating off of his body. And that's pretty much all he can do. He did, however, inspire his troops. They might be a little more bloodthirsty as you see rivets of blood being pulled out of the pooling blood around your feet and begins to bead across their exposed flesh. And then it hardens. And you're not quite sure what just happened. It looks like it coagulates. And it almost has a mirror sheen about it. And that is the end of his turn. So that brings us to Seamus McCready. What would you like to do? Still engaged with one cultist.
Okay. I guess I will try to dispatch of that one and hopefully start 1v1ing this bloodletter.
Okay,
next.
Go ahead and make me an attack roll.
Because I have no idea Marius has been felled behind me.
You don't. You have no idea. Plus, you're devoid of emotion right now.
True. That is a 36 out of 80.
36 out. Okay, yeah, that's definitely a hit. How much damage is that?
That is going to be 12.
12 points? Okay.
11 points.
11 points. All right. It's still pretty damn good. You take him 36 once again. Right arm for this guy. And this is the guy that kind of stumbled before you. He looks a little bit he's not scared due to his frenzy, but he looks a little out of sorts, and you and as you hit the arm, you notice it's hard. It's harder than flesh should be. But you still dig in to it. You gain 5 wounds back as your blade pierces into the flesh. You are becoming a whirlwind of death in this moment. And he looks hurt. He does look hurt, but he's still standing. Would you like to do anything else?
No, because I'm devoid of emotion.
Okay. All right. That brings us to Marius Wolf.
Ooh, I'm here.
You're bleeding. I need you to roll that D100 to see if you die.
All right. It's 41.
Okay, you're good. You're good. So, do you have any resolve left?
I do.
Okay, you can use it to remove the bleeding condition.
All right. I shall do so.
Okay, and let me make sure there's no test. I don't think there is. Unconscious. Do nothing. Melee attacks. Nope. There's nothing you can do until someone wakes you up. So,
All right.
do you have another
All
resolve
right.
point?
I do.
Okay, that will come around when your turn comes
Next
up.
turn.
You will, next turn you'll be able to wake back up.
Am I drowning?
No, you're face up, so you're not
Okay.
currently drowning. It's only a couple inches of blood right now.
Okay.
So, all right, that is it for Marius. Then that
Yep.
brings us to the cultist that's fighting Seamus. I need you to defend yourself.
All right. That is a 54 out of 90.
Easily slap it aside. One more time.
That one's a 28.
Okay. Same thing. He lashes out once again, and you batter it aside. He looks rather shaken at this point. Despite the unnatural stamina and vigor that appears to be coursing through him. It's not looking good for him. So that brings us to Mr. Bonneau. I need you to make some attacks against the cultist you're engaged with.
Rah! 41 under 127. So
Ooh, shit, yeah. What's the damage on that?
16.
16?
Yep.
Hold on. 4. Mr. Bonneau, how would you like to kill the first person that you've ever killed with just one hit?
In a blood frenzy with my lips pulled back and just bloody spittle coming out of my mouth as it just seethes with rage. I lunge forward and thrust my unbreakable sword right up underneath, right above his Adam's apple, underneath his head, and through the brain case and out the back of the skull.
And that easily happens. And the cultist life's blood and gray matter smatter into the pooling water behind, or pooling blood behind him as you rip it free. Still in a frenzy, so you still have another
Do I have
attack.
enough room to get to another one?
You in your frenzied state, you're pushed beyond your physical limits, and so yes, you can actually engage the cultist that is currently fighting Seamus. Go ahead and make me another attack roll.
12 out of 127.
12 out of 127. So
It might be 137. I'm not sure at this time. I mean,
you only get
it's-
6.
So 70. Okay.
Yeah, you only get 6 momentum.
No, 117. My mistake.
Okay, yeah.
117,
It's
yeah.
it's still it's more than enough. You come up behind this
It's
one.
11 levels of success.
Pierces through his back and out through the front. Seamus, you see it pierce through the front, and Braggadine pulls the sword out, and the cultist collapse is in front of you, and you're now within arm's reach of a crazed-looking Braggadine Bonneau. And Seamus is in his more ethereal form, Braggadine, though it does not affect you whatsoever currently. All right, and that's the end of the round. Quick round, boys. So, that brings us to the top with the Herald. The Herald, I'm impressed. And he is going to charge quickly towards the two of you. Quickly entering into melee with both of you, and the sword lashes out towards Seamus McCready, the most obvious threat currently.
That's right.
Defend yourself, sir.
That is a 66
Oh,
out
shit.
of, I think 100.
Okay.
Yeah, 66 out of 100.
All right. Seamus, you roll me one more D100.
74.
74. Okay, that is. Let me make sure. All right. As you see him run in and he swings, you duck and bring your blade across his kind of abdomen, his abdominal area, what should be his abdominal area. And as it connects with flesh, you don't feel that pull of energy. You slash through, and his demonic essence shifts out of the way and then pulls itself back together, dealing no damage. You did critically hit him, but he's a demon. It did nothing this time. Sorry.
All right.
He's got another attack. You do, however, get momentum if you can get any more momentum. And
Yeah,
you're
we cap out at
to-
6, right?
Yeah, you cap out at 6. So go ahead and defend yourself one more time.
That is going to be a 72.
Okay, out of...
And let's see here. So 60 minus 20. So that will be 110.
Okay, all right, that is just enough, actually. Barely enough to avoid the return stroke. As you smack it aside, as it looks like it was going low. And that's all he can do. So he's just standing there right now. That's the end of his turn, so it's now your turn, Seamus.
Ooh, all right.
Actually, no, hold on. It's actually Marius's turn.
Okay.
No, it's Seamus's turn. My bad. It is Seamus's turn. I'm getting all messed up here.
All right. So in my wraith form, do I have to attack whatever's closest to me?
Yes, you do. And currently,
Alright.
the demon did lash out at you, so it would be the closest thing.
All right, let's do it. We're gonna
I'm
lash
looking
back at
forward
him.
to after you kill him, and now you kill Bano afterwards.
Yes. That is going to be a 60.
60. Okay.
Which, if I'm capped out with my momentum, so 60 out of 110.
Okay, and he doesn't defend himself on this one. However, nope. All right. So 60, that is a body shot. How much damage is that?
Let's see. Here.
This is important.
So that will be 7, 8, 13.
13. Okay, good. Good. Just enough to get over that threshold. Okay. All right. So that puts us at there. All right. You take a chunk out of his chest. You bring the blade across. You do regain 5 wounds as it siphons some of his strength, some of the raw essence of the soul away. Because there is blood present, you do feel something pull, though it's something very dark. And because of that, I need you to make me an endurance test, Seamus.
Oh, this won't be so hot. Ooh, it's a... crap, I got 2 levels of things now. Damn it.
You
So in that case, it's a 53 out of 47.
do. Okay. Seamus, you're the proud owner of another point of corruption.
No, what's going on?
As the raw essence of a chaos being is entering your body. As you kind of just feel it creeping into you. What's your corruption at currently?
That puts me at 4.
Okay, all right. You're still okay for now. All right, that is the end of your turn. So that brings us to Marius Wolf.
All right.
All right. What would you like to do, Marius?
I guess I use my resolve to become unconscious or become conscious.
Yes. So you come to consciousness. You are prone. So you technically have 0 hit points. You.
Yep.
What would you like to do?
I thought I gained a hit point.
That's if you remove the prone condition. When you come from consciousness, that's different.
Well, then I guess
You're also the proud owner of also
here.
a fatigue condition.
Okay.
So you get one of those too.
But I guess I'll just be here if I'm just like.
Okay, you
can't do
can
anything.
use your action to try to patch yourself up real quick.
Even prone.
Yeah, even then doesn't matter. You can attempt to
Okay.
kind of stifle the massive wound that Bragadine dealt you.
All right. I rolled a 20 out of 37.
Okay, you regain your intelligence bonus plus your success levels and wounds back.
Okay.
And you're able to stand now. You have used your action, however.
Yes. This is 2 turns since my critical wound.
Yes.
Okay.
So
I
you
need
still one
turn.
more before you can fully wield your pick, but you can pick it up at least though at this point.
Okay. I'll pick it up.
Okay.
And that'll
Are
finish
you
my turn.
going to move into melee?
Nope.
You gonna stay back?
Yep.
Okay. All right. Various is just standing there, and you're within reach of them. They're only about 20 feet ahead of you, so you're easily going to be able to. Well, actually, it would be more like 30. Regardless, you could cover the ground when you need to. So that brings us to now, Mr. Bonneau. Mr. Bonneau, I'm going to flip a coin, heads or tails.
Oh man. Tails.
Mr. Bonneau, I need you to make 2 attacks towards the
here.
demon.
Yeah.
You might not be saying that.
Yeah.
Go ahead and make me an attack roll.
I only have 1 wound too.
Yep.
All right. 14 out of 107.
Okay, that's a hit. How much damage is that?
But no, how much damage was that? Oh, can't hear me either.
Should be if it's 14 out of 107.
17 points of damage.
17? Whew! Shit, man, that's good. Good. All right.
Second attack.
Yep, go ahead and make your second.
5 out of 107. That is 18.
17 and 18. Okay. Hold on. 17, 6, 18. Whew, shit. The herald takes 2 vicious blows, one across his left arm, and then the other to the head, as you are lashing out in your blood frenzy, and it pushes him back. He's taken aback, and he hisses at you. He's still standing, but it looks like just barely, as his ward save didn't come into place. So both of those hit. That is the end of Bragadine's turn.
Such a weak god.
Now, I will say, Bragadine, I forgot to tell you this previously, you can use your action to make a cool test to try to break the frenzy, if you want. You've already used your attacks this round, so next round, if you want to do that, you can attempt it.
Okay.
All right. That brings us to the top of the round with the Herald. The Herald is looking beat to shit now. So the Herald is going to inhale, and he's going to blow out a waft of flame and a cone from him that's going to hit both of you. I need both of you to make me dodge rolls, Bragadine and Bonneau.
That's
You
me
can use
both.
your momentum.
Bragadine, but no.
Yeah, good.
Okay.
Ooh, shit.
25 out of... Let me see. Dodge is agility.
It is agility, which you have a minus 10 to.
25 out of 93.
Okay. And Seamus?
Hold on. I think I failed. Let me do the math here. Oh, I just failed. I rolled a 68 and my momentum brought my agility up to a 67.
All right. So, Seamus, fortunately for you, the herald's aim was off. It doesn't matter. So you dodge by as this cloud of flame goes where the both of you would have been standing. And that's all he can do. As he does that, he breathes out. Matters not where the blood flows. And then he just kind of looks like he's almost opening up his neck to you, Seamus.
Oh.
It is now your turn, Seamus.
Yes! I want to go for that neck.
Okay, you make me an attack.
Ooh, that's a 84 out of 110.
Okay, yep. How much damage is it? How much damage is it? It hits.
Let's see. That will be 9 points.
9.
Yep.
You hit, but it doesn't penetrate. You clicks, smacks off of his throat. Go ahead, and you don't lose your momentum, but it just doesn't pierce through. And he kind of.
Damn it.
That brings us to Marius Wolf. What would you like to do?
Can I use my axe now? I have to wait, or my pick now, or do I have to wait another?
It's one more round. Technically, it was 3
Or-
rounds. So
Okay.
the next round, you can use your pick. You can, however, use one of your hand axes
That is true.
if you want to throw one at Bragadine right in the back. That would be fantastic.
Probably not. I will. I'll probably just gonna hang back a little bit.
Okay, take a couple
to
steps forward, maybe.
Try to give the feeling in my arm, you know.
All right,
shake it out,
flexing,
you know?
flexing your arm, trying to get the feeling
Yeah.
back in it. Yep, that's fair. That brings us to Bragadine. Heads or tails, Bragadine?
Oh man.
Or you can choose the.
Or you can choose
Okay.
to try to make a cool test.
No. We'll do heads this time.
Okay, heads.
Mm-hmm.
You attack the demon. Go ahead and make me an attack roll.
Okay. It's not as good this time. It's 30 out of 107. So
Okay,
7 levels of success.
still 7 levels of success.
Could be
You
15
lash
points
out
damage.
towards the demon, and the blade, it looks like it scores through his right arm, and as it does, the flesh just pieces itself back together as his demonic essence prevents any damage. You make me one more attack, though.
Rage. 34 out of 107. 7 levels of success.
Okay. This time, however,
Can't hear you. What?
how would you like to kill the demon, Bragadine?
I drop down my shield. I kind of actually do a half turn. I pull up my sword, and then as I reach back with my right arm kind of spinning backwards, I lop his head off.
Okay. Very, we'll say this. I will say
try
this.
to.
It's probably not as beautiful as Bragadine describes. It looks more visceral in practice.
I may not be able to reach his head. He's pretty tall, isn't he?
He's a little over 7 feet tall.
All right,
With your arms
cut
reach,
his gut- cut his
you could
guts
reach
open.
it. Yeah, you can at least reach up there enough, and you move to lop his head off, and it looks almost like he opens himself up and chuckles as you carve through the flesh. And you see his head part from his body, and as he does, suddenly there's a blinding hot white light and there's a explosion in front of you, Marius, as Seamus and Bragadine are engulfed in a fireball. And that's where we're going to end tonight's episode of Rise
Damn
of the
it.
Forsaken.
Bragadine the demon killer.
Just so, yes.
Bragadine the... Sorry, Marius.
Oh, Jesus.
Don't worry, Marius will remember.
I've never heard Marius go down until he fought me.
This is a telltale game. Well, after it happened,
Yeah.
it said, Marius will
Yeah.
remember this.
Yeah,
Right at the
Marius
top.
will remember.
So, yes, indeed.
all right.
Awesome session, boys. Awesome
No
session.
joke. I can't wait to listen to this because I heard like a third of it.
Yes,
really
I'm
can't
sure.
wait to listen to it. Yeah, this is gonna be. I'll be just as excited as the fans are.
Yeah, so, yeah, hopefully we get our technical aspects ironed out here shortly. These things happen occasionally. But hopefully everybody still enjoyed it. It definitely did not go the way I thought it was going to go. But, yeah, hard session, guys. But hopefully you're out. You know, maybe the bloodthirster's just waiting around the corner. Who knows? Regardless, guys, we are going to go into favorite moments. Marius Wolf, favorite moment? Getting down by Bragadine? Maybe?
It probably is getting read down by Bragadine.
Oh.
Get down with Bragadine. You know, Marius is a good guy. You know, likes to help out his party members. And what do they do? They're always attacking him. It's bullshit.
It's true. It's true.
Yeah.
It's very true.
Anything bad happens to Marius.
That's not true.
That's very true. You know, something bad happens to you, it happens to me first. You know.
Okay, truth.
Oh. How about Mr. Seamus? Favorite moments?
I have two. Of course, you know, Marius going down was one. But
Yes.
I enjoyed personally the fact that I entered that last combat session with 1 hit point, 1 wounds, and I'm at full health currently.
Full health. I know. That's the beauty of the Wraith.
But, you know, a little slightly pissed off too that I've tried to attack Marius 3 separate times, and I failed critically
No.
3 separate times.
I am your
And
better.
Marius Bragadine just walks up, you know, pokes him in the kidney, and Marius goes down like a sack of potatoes.
It's
I
true.
know. Oh,
You didn't
how about...
you didn't roll crits against me? 2 crits in a row.
I know 2 crits in a row. Hey, sometimes it happens. How about Bragadine? Favorite moments of the night?
I don't know. Probably when I was in a blood frenzy and devastated Marius and a cultist and a cultist and a third cultist and a bloodletter.
Yep.
That was definitely my favorite moment. It's just blood frenzy Bragadine.
Yeah, it's interesting. Now we'll see if you live through the explosion.
I was about to say Marius revision.
Maybe it'll
explosion
cauterize my wounds
that
and I can heal.
engulfs Cano in flames.
He enjoyed that moment. Maybe a chuckle out of him.
drag his charred corpse outside. Of the
That's Mary's favorite. That's Jumbo Smooth's favorite moment right there is me being engulfed in a fireball.
Oh, it's fantastic. I gotta say, favorite moment? Marius Wolf going down. Gotta be by far the best moment of the campaign.
Oh.
Best moment ever. Stabbed in the back by your own party member.
Who would have thought?
It was great.
Like Bragadine is just in this. He's in this party to just cause, you know, dissent in the ranks. You know, he beats me with the stick as I burn down on the ground.
It's true.
I rescued
He downs Marius.
I lowered myself to help someone of such low stature to try and save your life by beating the flames out. That's not true.
Oh, man. Impressive displays all around. Regardless, I do have a viewer decision before we close out the night. So, a viewer decision for all of you. What is waiting for the Fellowship on the other side of the gate in Sealburg? Hopefully, it's Sealburg. We'll see what
Probably
the fans
not.
want. We'll see what's on display. So
Bandages.
I know it. Maybe there's just a whole case of bandages sitting there. Who knows?
Yeah.
We'll see.
I got an idea. Maybe some Bugman's Ale.
Bugman's Ale could be there. Maybe there's some Bugman's Ale laying out there. We'll see. We'll see if they want to drop you anything, or maybe there's a bloodthirster on the other side of the gate. I don't know.
The bloodthirsters are everywhere, apparently.
They're everywhere.
Bloodthirster sounds more likely.
So
From the comments.
Probably a great unclean one.
yeah, who knows? We'll see.
How about a keeper of secrets? You know,
Keeper secrets? Oh man, I love my Slanesh. I do.
they're
I
little
do
stuff.
love them
They're
very much.
so sexy.
So, regardless, that's going to be it for the night, guys. Hopefully, all of you enjoyed, despite the technical difficulties, what just unfolded. I know I did. As usual, I've been Jumblethik. Thank you very much for watching. Do make sure to leave us comments, and of course, vote in the viewer decision to help sculpt the next session as it was. Thank you all for watching, and we are looking forward to hearing from you soon and seeing you in the next episode. Have a good day.